later
Okay.
on. Okay, Jose. Okay, the first thing I want to share with you is, before we start with this, I would like to share with you something which, you can find useful for yourself, which is, it was right here, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember the name. It was, yeah. Yeah, start. It was this one right here. No. Perhaps it wasn't the other. This one. It was, okay. AI. Can't remember. So let me check it out, because I had like a NIA that can correct grammar. So whenever you're writing something, you can correct it, and it's not like a translator. It's just like a robot or something. An AI, sorry, una inteligencia artificial that can correct grammar. So you can use it whenever you're doing something and you want to check if your grammar is correct. You can always go there and check it out. But I don't remember the name of the EAP. So let me check, and I'm going to post it on Jammer. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So, okay. So we can continue now. Victor, how you doing? Good morning.
Hi, good morning. That's okay.
All right. Okay. So if you remember the last class, we were doing something with "are you going to?" All right. So remember, "are you going to" is used for what, Victor? Do you remember?
Going to is for some plans or something that we have the intention to do.
Exactly. All right. Perfect. Exactly. Okay. So today we are going to work with your speaking a little bit more. Okay. So we are going to learn some vague expressions, it says here. And vague expressions mean something that you can say whenever you're not being accurate. Siempre que no están siendo exactos, ¿no? So whenever you're not being accurate, you can use these kinds of expressions like "and stuff," and "things," and "everything." I don't know, perhaps. Okay, so we are going to practice this conversation. We are two of us. So, okay, we can, okay, three of us. So it says here, Victor and Jorge, it's here. Okay, so we're going to practice. Okay, Jose, you are going to be Ray, and Victor, you are going to be Tina. Okay, but before we continue, before we start, I would like to analyze what it says here, the connected speech. Okay, so it's right here. Hey, Jorge, good morning. How you doing?
Hi, teacher. Hey, everyone.
Okay.
Fine, and you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Okay, so where is the connected speech, Jorge, in the first part of this conversation?
Okay. With Ray?
With Ray.
Okay. Are you going to the party this weekend?
Okay, but in those phrases, where is the connected speech? Which words are going to be connected?
Okay, are you?
Are you? All right, yeah, are you going? That part, are you going? Okay, so in the second one, Jose, where's the connected speech in Tina's?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. All right, good work. Yes.
Maybe that is it. What is it?
What is it?
What is it? Yeah.
Exactly. So this T right here changes for R. What is it? How would you say that, Jose? What is it?
What is it?
What is it? Okay. What is it exactly? How would you say, what is it exactly, Jose?
What is it exactly?
Exactly. All right. So what is it exactly? Is it, remember, is it exactly? So that part, Victor, how would you say is it exactly?
Is it exactly?
Exactly. Okay. All right, Victor. So in Ray, what is the connected speech?
It's a,
It's a, all right, it's a, exactly. So how would you say it's a festival?
it's a festival.
Okay, so, and the second one,
Mm.
it's lots of, how would you say that, Victor? It's lots of,
It's lots of.
it's lots of, right?
Lots of. And
What else?
it is just that.
Okay, it's like stuff like that. Well, in that part, not that much, you know, you could say stuff like that, like separate.
Dress it up, maybe.
Dressed up, exactly, dressed up, you know. So dressed up, remember that this E and D sounds like a T, dressed, dressed. So at the end of the word, you have a T. And that T, you need to connect it with the up. So it sounds something like everybody gets dressed up, dressed up. How would you say that, Jorge? Dressed up,
Dressed up.
right? And dressed up sounds quite different from dressed up or something like that.
Okay.
Right? So dressed up,
Yeah,
you know?
you're right. Yeah.
All right. So you mean in costumes, meaning, so you mean in costumes, right? You meaning, how would you say
You
that,
mean-
Victor? You mean in costumes.
You meaning customs.
Okay, all right. So you have costumes, costumes. How would you say
Costumes.
costumes?
Costumes. Okay.
All right, so there are 100. Okay, Jose, so there are hundreds of. How would you say that? There are hundreds of.
There are hundreds of.
Okay, so cute little things in purple. Okay, cute little kids in purple and silver outfit. Okay. Makeup and everything. Okay, so in that part, makeup and everything. How would you say that, Jose?
Makeup and everything.
Makeup and everything. Okay, and Jorge. Okay,
I'm not.
and not in that case. I'm not big on parades. I'm not big on.
Big on. Big on.
Big on. You have a consonant and then a vowel. Big on parade.
Yeah.
So how
Big
would you
on
say
parade.
big on parades?
Big on parade.
Okay, all right. There's good food. You can get all kinds. Okay, so you can connect this part right here. Get all kinds of. Get all kinds of. How would you say that, Jose? Get all kinds of.
Get all kinds of.
All right, so you can get all kinds of tacos.
You can get all. You can get all the kinds of tacos.
All right. Okay. So now we have the connected speech here. So now we can start. So Jose, you're going to be Ray, and Victor, you are going to be Taina.
Okay. Are you going to the fiesta this weekend?
I don't know. It depends. What is it exactly?
Well, it's just it's a festival. It's a lot of parades and stuff like that. Everybody gets dressed up, you know.
You mean in costumes?
Yeah, there are hundreds of cute little kids in purple and silver outfits with makeup and everything.
I know big on parades.
And there's good food. You can get all kinds of tacos and things. Do you want to go?
Well, maybe.
Right, exactly. So it's in this part right here. I'm not big on parades. What do you think it means, Jorge? I'm not big on parades.
I'm not big on bring.
Okay, parades means desfiles.
Okay.
So I'm not big on. What does that mean?
No soy bueno en.
Not exactly. Nope. Kind of.
No soy fan.
No soy fan. I'm not big on. So whenever you want to say, no me gustan mucho. So you can, okay, do you remember that we have another expression to say, I'm not really into it, all right? So you could also have use, I'm not I'm not into it. Or I'm not big on parades. I'm not big on parties. I'm not big on reading.
Is the other expression, no?
It's another expression, exactly. Mhm. All right, perfect. Exactly. So it says here, right here. Okay, so vague expressions like this and stuff like that. So whenever you are describing something and you do not want to go into detail, you can use these expressions and something like, I'm learning, I'm learning English and stuff like that. Estoy aprendiendo inglés y cosas como esas, ¿no? Stuff like that means cosas como esas. And things like that. Yeah, hay cosas como esa and everything. So you're being vague, vagos. So you're not being accurate because you're not talking that seriously, right? And it happens a lot in normal conversation. Sí, y eso, tú qué, y lo otro, yeah, cosas como esas. So, and stuff means the same as things. Stuff. All right. So it says here, find vague expressions in these conversations. What do they mean? Choose 2 ideas from the box for each one. Okay, so you need to find vague expressions in these sentences. Again, you need to choose some expressions from the box, right? So, okay, Jorge, in number 2, in letter A, which is the vague expression in that case?
Okay. Spring break. See old friends?
Do you still friends? Not really. Jose, what is the vague expressions in letter A?
And stuff.
Birthdays and stuff.
Birthdays and stuff. Yeah.
All right, exactly. Okay, and Victor, in number 2, but letter A, what is the vague expression?
Letter B.
Letter B.
Yeah, cakes and everything.
Cakes and everything. All right, exactly. Okay, Jorge, in letter A, in number 3, where is the vague expression?
Stuff like that.
Stuff like that, exactly. Okay, and Jose, in letter B?
Festivals and things like that.
Things like that. Okay, so now we identified the vague expressions and you need to use some phrases from the box to replace these vague expressions based on what the sentences are trying to communicate. So how would you replace birthdays and stuff using some of the phrases right here? Okay.
How?
So you need to replace these phrases right here with some phrases from the box, these ones right here.
Okay.
So how would you replace birthdays and stuff?
Sing birthday.
Okay.
Say happy birthday.
So sing happy birthday.
Sing happy birthday. Okay.
Sing happy birthday. All right, that could work. And Jose, in letter B, how would you replace cakes and everything?
What it means, candles?
Candles means velas.
Yeah, maybe that.
Okay, candles.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that would work. Exactly. Okay, and Victor, in letter 3, letter A, number 3, stuff like that.
And folk songs.
Folk songs, music, and okay, folk songs would work. All right, and Jorge. Number 3, letter B, and things like that.
Maybe it's dancing.
Festivals and dancing around here. We have a lot of music festivals and okay, but you have things like that. Maybe dancing is not like that correct. You have something better.
Cultural events.
Cultural events. Cultural events. Cultural
Events. Okay.
events. Okay, exactly. Okay, so we are going to read that one. So Jorge, you are going to be letter A, and Jose, you are going to be letter B in number 1, and you need to replace the phrases. Okay.
Okay.
So you can go ahead.
What are you doing for the spring break?
I'm going home. I really want to see my family. Well, I really want to see all friends.
Right. Okay. Okay. And Jose, you are going to be letter A in number 2, and Victor, you are going to be letter B.
Okay. Do you usually go to a restaurant to celebrate sing happy birthday? Well, sorry. Do you usually go to a restaurant to sing happy birthday?
Yeah, we know a nice place. They bring out cakes and candles.
Right, exactly. Okay. So, okay, Jorge, you are going to be letter A, and again, Jose, you are going to be letter B.
Okay. Are you into traditional music? Folk songs?
Yeah, we have a lot of music festivals and cultural events around here.
All right. Okay, perfect. So, things like that means, y cosas como esa, ¿no? Festivales de música y cosas como esta, or you can be accurate and say cultural events. So you can say, okay, cakes and everything. They bring out cakes and everything. Sí, trae pasteles y toda la cosa. And everything would be the same as saying in Spanish, y toda la cosa. So instead of saying y toda la cosa, you can say, okay, they bring out cakes and candles and balloons and gifts and music,
Yes.
right? You can be accurate, or you can just say, and everything, y toda la cosa. All right, exactly. So we're going to continue. It says here, okay. So there are some other ways of saying, I don't know. You can say, I don't know, and that works. But you can also use, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, or I'm not really sure. When you want to say, no estoy muy seguro, no sé, I'm not really sure. Maybe, it depends. It depends on, if you're going to use it depends, you need to use the preposition on. Right? So for example, if I invite you to a party, are you going to a party with Michael? And you want to say, depende de mi humor. Okay, so you may say something like, it depends on my mood. It depends on my mood. Yeah, depende de cómo me sienta, de cómo ande, ¿no? It depends on. So if you're going to use depends, remember, you need to use on as well. Okay, so okay, so before we continue, Victor, what are you going to do when you finish what you're doing right now? I mean, your job or your degree or whatever you're doing in this moment. Do you have any plans for the future?
I'm not really sure. Maybe search a new job. I don't know.
Right. Okay, exactly. I'm not sure. I don't know. Right. Okay. Thank you, Victor. So Jose, do you have any plans for the future? Are you going to do something different?
Maybe I want to travel around some countries.
All right. Okay. Exactly. Okay, Jorge, are you going to do something different when you finish your degree or your job or whatever you're doing at this moment?
I'm not sure, but I I work in all day
Okay,
basically.
exactly. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure, but mhm. Okay. So you can, as you saw, you can connect. I don't know, but I'm not sure, but maybe, but it depends. So the only one who doesn't use but is it. It depends. But maybe, but I'm not sure, but I don't know, but. So you pueden usar but with all those. But it depends. You cannot use but. So you cannot say something like it depends, but you must use it depends on, depende de, y ya, and then you can use but. All right. It depends on my mood, but maybe I'm gonna go. Right. Okay. So it says here, match each questions with two responses, then practice with a partner. Okay, so what you have to do here is that you need to match those questions with these possible answers. So let's say you have 5 minutes. Okay, so try to look for the phrases right here that fit with these questions. All right. I'm gonna mark the connected pitch, the questions, a lot of work, a lot of work. So when is it? When is it? About it, about it. Kind of tired, kind of tired. Okay, I think that's it.
In the age, go to a
Okay, in which one?
in age.
In age, yeah, okay, maybe I'd like to go to folk. Okay, what's your question in age?
Maybe connect like to go.
Okay, like to go. Like to go. Not exactly, because like you do not have connected speech. Esta E es muda, no suena. So you can say
Okay.
like to go to a. There is not connected speech, that part.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. If you're done, you can tell me. Okay, Zach. So what do you have in number 2?
Yes, teacher. The number 2 is my friends having a party this weekend. Do you want to go? And I choose the answer letter C. It's depend which is it. It is Saturday.
And when is it? It's Saturday. Okay, of course, that makes sense. Exactly.
And
Hmm?
and I select letter G. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work.
It sounds like a lot of work. But if you're having a party, are you gonna work in a party?
No,
No.
no.
So letter C, it's correct. It depends. When is it? This Saturday? Okay. That sounds like like a correct response, but letter G, not that much. Okay, so what do you have, Jose, in letter in number 2, but the other respond?
Yeah, I don't know. Letter D. I don't know. I'm working all weekend.
All right, that could work. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm working all weekend. Okay, yeah, that may work. That may work. Okay, and Victor, how would you read number 3?
Are we going to plan an end of year party after the last? I have a letter B, maybe. Let's talk to the teacher about it.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
And letter G, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work.
Okay. It sounds like a lot of work. All right. Are you going to plan? If you are going to plan the party, then of course you have a lot of work. So if you're just having a party, means ir a la fiesta y ya, ¿no? Ya todo está listo. So we're having a party this weekend. Bueno, vamos a tener una fiesta. Do you want to go? Okay, they are not telling you that you have to plan the party. Tienes que ir. But if you're going to plan, it means, of course, it sounds like a lot of work. So, right, exactly, letter G. Okay. And, okay. Jorge, what do you have in number 4? How would you read number 4? Jorge, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I speak in mute.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm feeling king of dirt.
Okay, letter E, that may work. That may work. Letter E. Okay, but how would you read the complete sentence?
I have an extra ticket for a concert tonight. Do you want it?
Okay, exactly. And how would you say the response?
I'm not sure. I'm feeling keen of the dirt.
All right, so kind of tired.
Kind of tired.
All right. Okay. Ian, what is the other response?
Maybe H. Maybe I didn't like to. She didn't, no?
No, I'd like. I'd like means me gustaría.
I'd like to go to folk festival.
All right, that could work. That may work. Exactly. Letter H. Okay. So
Yeah.
remember. All right, perfect. Okay, doing. So, okay, so remember when you see an a pronoun and then a letter D, it may mean some of two things. So for example, if you have something like this, they like, what does that mean? Victoria, they like to go, for example.
Les gustaría ir.
So, but you must also have in mind that sometimes you have something like this. Like something like, okay, so what does that mean, Jose?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What does this phrase mean?
Ellos lo han hecho antes.
Lo habían hecho antes.
Lo habían hecho antes.
So how do you know difference? Because in this case, when you have a verb in a normal form, in a simple form, so like, they'd run, they'd play. Cuando tienen eso, significa me gustaría correr, me gustaría jugar, o correrían, mejor dicho. They'd run, mejor dicho, si tienes they'd run, Correrían.
El postpretérito dice, ¿no?
They run, correrían. So they played, jugarían. So you have a verb in the simple form. Correrían, jugarían. But in that case, you have a verb in the past participle form, en el pasado participio. So when you have a verb like this form right here, it means that this D is actually had. They had done. They had done it before. Ellos lo habían hecho antes. Remember that had means habían. So you must have in mind that. So in that case, I'd like to go means me gustaría, because you have like, and like is in the simple form. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna close the session because it's running out of time, and I'm gonna open it again. So don't go away.
Have heard comfort. I had heard comfortable.
Comfortable. Okay. In some cases, you can put an schwa sound in here, but the thing is that if you look it up in a dictionary, you're going to see that you only have 2 syllables. Comfortable. You could put like a schwa sound in here, which is comfortable, but it sounds weird, It sounds like a kind of weird. So okay, so let me see this part. If you go to a dictionary like, let's say, Oxford, then put right here that word comfortable. Okay, you're going to find out that you only have 2 syllables. You see, comfortable. Of course, you can add like a schwa sound in here and say comfortable, comfortable. It's more difficult to put a syllable in here. It's easier to think that you only have 2 syllables, comfortable. Okay, Victor, so your question is, can I add a vowel sound here? Yes, you can, but it's not a no. No es una O.
Okay.
Right? So it's easier just thinking that you have 2 syllables, right? So another important thing that we can have with this word is this part. You have MFT and then bull and MFT, sorry. That means that you need to try to pronounce M, F, and T together. And we do not have that in Spanish. No tenemos palabras así en español. Si no piensa en cualquier palabra en español, siempre hay una vocal de por medio. Podemos tener en español palabras que tengan 2 consonantes, como plato, ¿no? At the beginning of the word, or something like Catherine, right? So you have TR in the middle of the word, but we do not have any, not a single one word that has 2 consonant sounds at the end of the word. No tenemos eso. Palabras que tengan 2 consonantes al final. Piensen en cualquier palabra en español y se van a dar cuenta que siempre en español hay una vocal y una consonante. O consonante vocal o vocal consonante. El punto es que al final siempre hay una vocal ahí metida, ¿no? So if you want to practice these words, you can look it up you can Google it and put something like this, which is consonant clusters in English, right? So Google that, consonant clusters in English, and you will have a list of words that have a lot of consonant sounds in the middle or at the beginning or at the end. So try to practice the words that have a lot of consonants, but at the end of the word, because those are the most difficult ones. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
All right. So,
yeah, exactly.
all right. So, but that wasn't my point. My point was that whenever you're trying to analyze a text, you need to have in mind that that words have syllables, right? And those syllables, you need to deal with something called main stress. You need to deal with something called main stress. What is a main stress? Main stress means that when you have a word like, I don't know, like teacher, When you have a word that has at least 2 syllables, like this one, there will always be something called main stress, which is a syllable that sounds above the others. So for example, Jorge, if I say something like teacher, how many syllables does teacher have?
2.
2. All right. So the first one is T, the second one is chair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and if you hear teacher, which is the main stress, T or chair? Do you hear teacher or teacher?
Teacher.
Okay. So which is the main syllable, T or chair?
Chair.
So
no, it's
the first one.
Sorry.
Exactly. So this is main stress. All right. So the main stress means that you need to pronounce this syllable louder and longer. Entonces, ¿qué quiere decir esto? Cuando tengan palabras de 2 o más sílabas, se van a lidiar con algo que llaman main stress y bueno, ya analizándolo bien, algo que se llama weak stress. ¿Cuál es el main stress? Pues es la sílaba que suena más duro.
Okay.
So you will always encounter main stress and weak stress in words that have 2 or more syllables. Okay, you should take note. You should take note on that because whenever you have 2 or more syllables, you will encounter main stress and weak stress, right? So you need to identify which is the main stress and which is the weak stress. So when you have main stress, remember that the vowel, which is in the main stress, you need to try to pronounce it louder than the others. So that's why you hear that he's a good teacher or he's a bad teacher. You don't say teacher, right? But teacher. Or words like, I don't know, like fantastic. Okay. So Victor, how many syllables do you see in fantastic?
3.
3, exactly. Fantastic. All right, so based on your listening, which is the main stress? Fantastic.
Second one.
Exactly. So the main stress is the second one, which means you need to pronounce it louder and longer. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. So you wouldn't say fantastic or fantastic. Because if you do that, it's as if you were saying in Spanish, necesito ir al trabajo por el dinero porque ya no tengo comida. Necesito ir al trabajo por el dinero porque ya no tengo comida. Suena como a eso. Si ustedes no ponen atención dónde está la sílaba tónica, es como, ¿me entienden, no? Sí me entienden, pero suena raro. Es algo como extraño. Entonces es lo mismo en inglés. Hay que saber dónde está el main stress and then the weak stress. So you don't have to worry too much about the weak stress, but you have to pay attention to main stress. So in that case, weak stress would be this one, weak stress. Or in that one, fantastic. The weak stress is that one. So whenever you are reading, you need to try to analyze this one in the words. Okay? Is that clear? Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear.
So you have two levels of analysis, which is the first one, connected speech.
I have a question.
Tell me.
When you're talking about the weak stress, you're meaning that there are just one weak stress syllable?
It depends on the number of syllables the word has. I mean,
Okay.
if the word has 2 syllables, only 2, one is gonna be main stress and the other one is gonna be weak stress.
Yeah.
All right. But if you have 3 syllables, then you're dealing with something called secondary stress.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is the third one class, secondary stress. So actually, you have 3. main stress, weak stress, and secondary stress. In that case, for example, fantastic. Fantastic is the main stress. Task is the main stress. Tick is the weak stress, and fan is the secondary stress. Why? Because secondary stress is like a syllable that you can hear, not as loud as the main stress, but not as weak as the weak stress. O sea, la pueden oír, fantastic. Ah, that was fantastic. Entonces, fan, lo puedes oír más o menos bien, ¿no? Por eso es secondary stress, fan. Luego, el main stress es la parte más, más importante. Aquí, entonces, esta vocal tiene que sonar muy bien, fantastic.
Es la parte más fuerte, ¿no?
La parte más fuerte. Y ya después tienes algo que es el weak stress, que tick. Tick se oye bien rápido, ¿no? Es bien débil, fantastic.
Que es la más leve, ajá.
Es la más leve. Pero el primer nivel de análisis sería entonces identificar esto, el main stress. Ya con el tiempo se puede, bueno, ok, ¿cuál es el weak stress o el secondary stress? Okay, that's more advanced, but the important thing here is that you can identify the main stress.
I guess the weak stress usually is the last.
Sometimes, yeah, not always, but yeah, most of the times is the last one. But not always. It's not a rule. All right. Okay. So remember, when you're reading something, you need to focus your attention on main stress and connected speech. So, okay, connected speech. And the first one would be main and weak stress. And the third thing you should analyze in a text is something called content. Did you remember content words and function words? No?
Maybe yes.
Okay, Isaac, do you remember content and function words? Not that much.
No, teacher, not much.
Okay, so okay, we're going to analyze the following. So let me see.
Content is in, on, over.
No, those are prepositions. Those are function words. Okay, yeah. So let me check. It's right here. We'll set Linda Grant. Okay. 73. No. 73.
Content word grammar.
Okay, it's written braces. Okay, so we have it here. Yeah, it's this one. Este mouse no se queda aquí. Okay. So right here we can have a clearer example of what I'm trying to communicate. So in a word, you have rejected, engineer, convert, presented, permit. So the words in bold or the syllables in bold are main syllables, right? So that's at the level of a word, en el nivel de la palabra. But you must always have in mind that you can also have like a kind of stress syllable, but in a sentence. So you have rejected, and then you have erected. Engineer, he can hear. So what can we see that in that part we're dealing with phrases. So whenever you are saying a sentence, you must have in mind that there will always be a word that will sound above the others. Siempre va a haber una palabra, así como dentro de una palabra hay una sílaba que suena por encima de las demás. A nivel oración, también hay entonces un verbo, bueno, una palabra, estamos para allá, una palabra que suena por encima de las demás. Y eso es lo que le da el ritmo al inglés. So, the point here is that in Spanish, we do not have a rhythm. All the syllables have more or less the same length. Tienen más o menos la misma fuerza las sílabas en español. Pero en inglés no. Ya dijimos que el inglés tiene una sílaba que siempre sale por encima de las demás. Y más aún, dentro de una oración siempre hay palabras que se escuchan por encima de las demás. So those are content words. So, for example, in this case, rect is a verb, hear is a verb, heard is a verb, meant or mint, no, in this case it's meant. Meant is a verb, learn is a verb, and station is a noun. Entonces, ¿cuáles son content words? Aquí abajo vienen. Vamos a ver, content words are those ones right here. So content words are nouns, each noun, nouns, main verbs, correr, saltar, brincar, negatives like cannot, will not, never, wouldn't, shouldn't, don't, those are negatives. And WH words, what, where, when, which, who. Adjectives like wet, careful, funny, dangerous, adjetivos. And interjections like, wow, yes, really? I can't believe it. Phrases like that. And adverbs like, she's quite annoying. She's quite annoying. Or you're really good. You're really good. So those verbs are gonna function as the main stress in a word. Esas palabras van a funcionar como si fueran la sílaba tónica, pero a nivel oración. ¿Sí está más o menos claro esto?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's more clear.
All right. So, for example, why are those phrases important? Or why are content words important? Because they carry the meaning. Esas palabras, los verbos, los sustantivos, los adjetivos, cargan con el significado. Por eso se llaman content words, because they have a contenido. So if I ask you, Isaac, what is a dog? What is a dog? What is a dog?
It's a pet.
It's a pet. It's an animal that has 4 legs. So you can give me a full description, right? Me puedes dar toda una descripción. But if I ask you, Isaac, what is a butt?
I don't know.
What is a butt? I mean, if you have like butt, this one right here. What is a butt? Es un pelo, ¿no? No tiene descripción. Las function words doesn't have a description. No me puede, pues es un pero, o sea, no es nada, no significa nada, sino que tiene una función dentro de la idea. No me puedes dar una descripción de qué es un pero. Es decir, es a function word. Why? Because it only has a function within the sentence. Solo tiene una función dentro de la idea, no significa nada. No quiere decir que sean menos importantes, ¿no? Pero simplemente no tienen significado. Entonces, for example, Victor, if you only see these words right here, could you guess the meaning of the conversation in here? Could you guess what are they trying to talk?
No, I can't.
No, exactly, because you only have in this case only function words. But if you have the same conversation, but then you have the content words, can you guess the meaning of the conversation?
Who?
Isaac, sorry. Can you guess the meaning of the conversation in here?
Okay, in here.
What is it about? The conversation is about what?
Possible change it like Los Angeles, assign, window, pressurize, or reflect. Ok, habla de que van a volar a Los Ángeles y que él prefiere el asiento de la ventana.
Exactamente. And how do you know that? How do you know?
Because I think these sentences have specific words that the meaning describe all the function.
All right, exactly. So in that case, up here, you have only function words. So you cannot guess any meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And in that one, you have content words. So you can guess the meaning because the content words are the words that carry the main meaning, el significado, no? That's why you can guess because you have
Yes.
possible. Possible is an adjective. Change is a verb. Seat is a noun. Flight, a noun. Los Angeles, a noun. Assign, an adjective. Window, a noun. Prefer, a verb. Tienen puros verbos y puros sustantivos y puros adjetivos. Por eso es que pueden como que saber de qué trata. Entonces, the point here is that whenever you have a sentence, you must have in mind that you need to raise your voice in the content words. For example, something like this. Right? So I have seen him before. So seen, it's a verb, and before is an adverb. Him is a pronoun, and have is an auxiliary verb, and I is a pronoun. So what are the function words in this case? Well, this is a function word, this is a function word, and this is a function word, which means you have content words here and here. And that means you need to raise your voice in these words. So it's gonna sound something like, I have seen him before. I have seen him before, right? I have seen him before. So before has two syllables. So which is the main syllable in before? For, because we do not say before, but before. All right. And then you have a pattern of stress. Eso es lo que llaman como un patrón de, eso es lo que el ritmo, ¿no? Del inglés. Entonces, se dan cuenta como si yo lo marcara, es como si dijera más o menos esto. Esa idea suena más o menos así, ¿no? Okay, so how would you read this one, Victor, but paying attention to that word, to the main stress and the content words? How would you read this sentence?
Can you repeat this?
So how would you read this sentence, paying attention to the main stress and the content words, seen and before?
I have seen him before.
Exactly. All right. Mm-hmm.
That's the reason, because I guess the English, when something speak English, is rapping all time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the reason why you sound different. Por eso sonamos distintos. No sé si ya se han dado cuenta que cuando uno habla inglés, como que la voz cambia. ¿Se han dado cuenta de eso? Como que
Yes, teacher.
su voz cambia. ¿Por qué cambia? Porque en español no tenemos que hacer tanto este contraste. Todas las sílabas suenan en la misma, más o menos en el mismo tono. En inglés, por eso a mí me pasa, ¿no? Que digo, ay, como que sueno raro. ¿Por qué sueno raro? ¿Por qué sueno distinto de cuando hablo español? Porque estoy lidiando con esto a cada rato. Ok, tengo que subir la voz ahí, bajar la voz ahí, subir la voz, bajar la voz. Entonces, cuando lean, es muchísimo más beneficioso analizar un texto pequeño, pero analizando el main stress, analizando las content words, las function words, analizando el connected speech, todo al mismo tiempo en un texto pequeño, que leer un montón y nada más ver ahí como el significado, a ver de cuáles palabras me acuerdo. Eso no funciona. Entonces, cuando leamos, de hecho, la tarea podría ser entonces, que vean esta parte. Intenten hacer esto con alguna de estas lecturas, no todas, una nada más, una. Una de esas, analícenla con estas 4 cosas, es decir, la sílaba tónica, cuáles son content words y cuáles son function words, y el connected speech. Y márquenlo. Yo les recomiendo que lo impriman, lo pongan en una hoja de Word y lo marquen, ya sea con un lapicero o con algo, o si lo quieren hacer en donde quieran hacerlo, pero marquen el texto. ¿Sale? Ahora, tengan en cuenta nada más cuáles son content words y cuáles son function words. Entonces, acuérdense que content words son estas de acá. Esas son content words. ¿Cuáles son function words? Rápido, antes de irnos. Function words, entonces, son pronombres. Eso anótenlo. Pronombres. Cualquier clase de pronombre. Las preposiciones. Las preposiciones también son function words. Las conjunciones, es decir, pero, y me parece que nada más. No hay muchas. Estas son esas. Las preposiciones, los pronombres, los auxiliares positivos y me parece que nada más esas. Ok. Entonces, ¿sí está claro más o menos qué tenemos que hacer?
Yes, teacher.
Ok. Eligen una de aquí, ¿sale? En la página 40. Una nada más y eso es lo que vamos a ver la siguiente clase. Una. Entonces, ¿alguna otra duda?
Teacher, I have a question.
Okay, tell me.
When you use provide for, is correct say provide for me or provide me?
Provide for. Yeah, you
For.
must use for.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay, do you have any other question?
No, it's okay.
That's okay. Okay. Okay, so guys, see you on Thursday, right? So take care. Bye.
What?
Bye.
Hey,
See
teacher.
you.
See you next class.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.